a Bible. Why you tryna lie on me? Okay, they asking for a Bible, asking for a Bible, but ain't nobody died on me. Alright, okay, they looking for blood. Okay, they looking for blood. Okay, they looking vampire parasite, and they gonna be paradise. I brought the plane back, ASAP, yeah. I know you hate that, but you can't rap, yeah. If you can't scrap, stay strapped, yeah. Now even if you can, better keep a can. You better keep your mans with an even hand. But you ain't even got a plan, but you need a hand. I don't even understand what's on CNN. Stupid ass bird brain flunked out bitch, I ain't with ridiculous shit. Men lie, women lie, numbers lie too. Been on my Leviticus shit. God said let there be light. Who you been in a Genesis way? Yeah, that's the devil in the flesh. That was in the Bible. Why you tryna lie on me? Okay, they asking for a Bible, asking for a Bible, but ain't nobody died on me. Alright, okay, they looking for blood. Okay, they looking for blood. Okay, they looking vampire parasite, and they gonna be paradise. Okay, I see it, how I see it. Okay, it didn't take Ripley's to believe it. Yeah, okay. I'ma head one flight, baby girl, please never let the bed bugs bite. Yeah, just tell me what you might go off of. Pilot man, pull up in the motherfucker flying saucer. I've been lost in love, and I need to take some time and off it. I know she been ready for the world, I ain't trying to stop her. Hang me on the cross. Yeah, until the day you need me, touch me, tease me, who the one gon' feed me, don't wanna be alone. All is one motherfucker in the Bible, even God said us, yeah. That was in the Bible, that was in the Bible, why you tryna lie on me? Okay, they asking for a Bible, asking for a Bible, but ain't nobody died on me. Alright, okay, they looking for blood, okay, they looking for blood, okay. Vampire parasite, and they gonna be paradise. Like the Paladin. Yeah, it's a Paladin, bitch. Yeah, it's a Paladin. Yeah.
Oh, the Adams family. Then I do it like the Adams family. The Adams family. Q&A. Y'all sad before I gotta do something. Some little private circumstances, residuals, synchronicities and stuff like that for the angels and stuff in the world, Father Man and stuff like that. But since I had a little bit of time and stuff like that, after I did everything I needed to do and stuff, I figured out let me just go ahead and go live for a little hour for everybody. Thank you so much for the relationship. Be there. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. I don't know, man. What's going on with this goddamn fuzzy system? You two don't start messing with me right now. Unless I gotta go back to war already, or unless I got haters already attacking. I said sometimes I just gotta go straight live. I can't even like present it hours ahead or minutes ahead. Sometimes I just gotta go straight live. Don't present it or nothing. How much hate I get. You know what I'm saying? So I just gotta go straight live. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, before they even come in, it might take a good 20 minutes, 30 minutes or something like that for them to come in and stuff like that. They be the first people, the trolls. All I'm saying is, can't wait to strike. Because they be doing that on other people's channels too. When other people be having trolls and stuff too. The content creators know, because sometimes it's showing the algorithm too. If people start doing it too much in large magnitudes and stuff like that. So content creators know anytime stuff start messing up, but your Wi-Fi is cool, it's because you're getting striked by nosebleed watchers. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because the nosebleed watchers be there before the genuine people. The nosebleed watchers, sometimes if you allow it, they'll probably be the hour you put up there way before everybody was genuine. You know what I'm saying? For they could have they hate comment or something like that be seen by everybody first or something like that. Something stupid. Like it just be stupid. All dumb stuff. But this ain't about leaving a donation or not. This just for anybody. I mean, like I regularly do, like I used to do on my other channel and stuff. Like when I be having a little bit of time, ain't nothing wrong with going to breaking down, talking about astrology a little bit and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So, because this is my life. And I could be going to jail or I could be going to hell right now, but I'd rather use the ability God gave me right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about what you do with your 24 hours. And when you're a person like me and you got to do so many things and stuff like that, especially by yourself, then, when you gain a lot of abilities in those circumstances or situations, it puts you in no other type of aspect but to want to talk or teach. You know what I'm saying? Or do something, or it's just going to turn into like a pent up aura or pent up energy. Then when you're doing your productivity in other areas, that might play out in an area that doesn't necessarily need to. Then you might do something too forceful or become forgetful when you're doing something and lose something when you're doing something else because you brought too much energies from another area and stuff like that by not having a sufficient release system also. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be having picked up auras. So always stay fluid. You know what I'm saying? Always stay light. Therefore, you can have a creative idea, but a lot of times you can muddy the waters if you add too many other ideas and feelings to it and make that one damage. And then you allow the first sons and daughters to destroy your original thought form. And therefore, now you're not even having an original idea to go for your goals anymore. You try to do something else or think that wasn't the original goal, and or do some type of circumstance where you try to find a shortcut or a monetary gain. And that'd be you shaking hands with the devils, the first sons and daughters. And those ideas never lead you to an ultimate outcome and things of that nature. Somebody said need to heal a lot when it comes to my heart chakra, child. Any advice though? Yeah, I'm not really dealing with those issues anymore. I kind of never was, but you got to be specific. Like heart chakra comes from situations that you connect with others and you was let down or something like that. So you just got to stop. You got to transmute those thoughts that let you down and find something in it of how it go in your favor. Even if you have to say the whatever the person, place, or thing that damaged your heart chakra, even if it's justified like it's something negative or something like that, you have to justify it in your mind how it's still in your favor, all the way to the point that you probably could make up something like the universe. Use the universe in this context. I use everything like a bitch. So I don't believe none of these things. I just see them what they are. I believe it. So even if you guys say the universe separated that person, place, or thing from you or something like that, if that can make you come up with a better idea about something going in your favor, and then 9 times out of 10, the next things will be in your favor because you're not looking at that and you got other purposes why you do what you do. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you heal the heart chakra. You just stop caring about the thing that damaged your heart chakra in the first place. But you got to be specific. Know what things are. Let's say you got a damaged throat chakra. That means you have the inability to express what you really feel through thought and communication. Let's say you got a crown chakra blockage. You have the inability to make sense or practicalize a situation that you're going through or analyzing. Let's say your sacral chakra is I'm mixed about chakra sacral. Let's say your I said it again. Let's say your sacral chakra is calcified or blocked or damaged at the moment, and things. You have the inability to travel far out when it comes to thinking far out or having faith and belief, and it might even manifest into you being in a physical situation where you appear to be stuck or appear to can't get out of a situation or something like that that you may not necessarily feel comfortable in at the moment. Let's say your root chakra blocked and things of that nature, or your root chakra is damaged. Then you may have high insecurities, or you may have the inability to manifest things like money, material, attention, and stuff like that. Or you may lack passion physically in some way, shape, or form. That's when your root chakra is blocked. Let's say your solar plexus is damaged and things of that nature. You have the inability to express your character or act on the things that you see yourself doing and stuff like that. So you might come up with a funny indirect character to still try to get these things that you want to manifest. And then when those things don't work, you just find yourself retreating from the world or something like that. So that's when you got a calcified solar plexus. A lot of y'all, all y'all solar plexus is calcified. A lot of y'all just care about one or the other. Say your first eye, third eye chakra, that one, when that's calcified, that's when you lack imagination. So anytime you got, like, if you say you make music, anytime you got writer's block, your pineal gland chakra, your first eye, third eye chakra is damaged. So your level of awareness of comprehension of what you imagine don't go so far. And a lot of times, if you're a person who need a ghostwriter or something like that, your first eye, third eye chakra never was open. You lack imagination, period. Other people have to imagine something for you and put you in that position to make you feel like this is what you can do or something like that. So you don't your first eye chakra super damaged in that area. And then when your heart chakra is damaged, you know what I'm saying? That's when you have the inability to express your feelings and emotions due to the fact of doing it in previous times, and you get negative results, and you coming up with ideas and feelings on how it doesn't make sense to express your true feeling about something anymore. So that's how you develop a bruised heart chakra, or a blocked heart chakra, or a dry heart, as they say in the Bible. But it's about what you allow others. You don't have to allow others to affect you in ways that you don't like. You know what I'm saying? Now, you might develop energies of making yourself feel like you developed a mistake or something like that, but that's another thing with the universe. It's not happening for you, like it's in your favor. It's not happening against you, like you got to play victim. It's just happening through you. You're having that experience. So it's not nothing for you to hold on to and develop other experiences off that accumulation. Just let them experiences go. But experience, don't be scared to experience them. Don't be scared to experience them either, though. When you get a thought and a feeling and ideas, gases in you for you to express with your physical, you express it, whether it's negative or positive. It's a reason. These are representations to let you know what spiritual space you're in. And if you don't like your surrounding or the things you're getting affected by in that space, that's how you adjust it and separate yourself from that space and stuff like that. So you go and make fart cloud gases, liquids, and solids in another space that you can materialize and manifest. That's in the opposite direction of the space you was just in. See what I'm saying? So when you have blocked or damaged chakras, you don't got good psalms. You don't got good singing internally, God voice. So your relatability skills or your social skills or your relationship skills is going to be. Thank you so much for the cash app. Yo, these are going to be very low on a percentage scale because you always using one for the other, or you're totally invested into one more than the others. So you only get used and comfortable to relating to the world and get reactions from one. But anytime you get placed into a scenario where other ones need to be used, you only know how to jump into that familiar one to see that experience on what actions you need to take. And it's always to lead you into making a mistake, not being well aware of the full circumstance. You could get taken advantage of, or you could be seen as a fool if you're the one trying to manipulate someone, but they can see you coming from a mile away. You know what I'm saying? Thank you so much for the donation tricks. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Silly rabbit. You know what I'm saying? So within that circumstance too, you know what I'm saying, that puts us in the energy, understand where we at spiritually, and you having these awarenesses. When you having when you having an idea or two, you having your gas experience. But these are not separate bodies, but you could kind of look at it because they got different natures. So you could kind of, when you decipher it, it kind of sound like you're talking separate, but these are just different transitions of what you have created. Same way we see water turn into a cloud, evaporate and condense into water. It's the same thing doing different transitions. So you got your gas body, which is your ideas. You got your fluid body, that is a collection of gases that become thoughts and feelings, imaginations, and then therefore that condenses as adrenaline, and then you try to find some way to express it with your body in some way, shape, or form, because is moving your organs. Your mind move your organs, your body, and your spirit move your mind, because you're supposed to be the prime mover. So, somebody said, shout out to Forgotten, older outdated fart for us. Motor Culture said, Dolo, can you talk about when individuals try to make people have certain experiences that they want them to have so they can be in desired emotional space that they want them in? Oh, that's probably ego. Somebody probably in the ego. Yeah, you can't force somebody to do nothing. It's all about reciprocation and what they call that? Reciprocity. So anytime you put yourself in a situation where whether that's you or the other individuals trying to change somebody to your liking, especially if it's someone who probably manifesting and materializing more than the other individual, that it's just pure narcissism at that point. Yeah, so anytime somebody try to make somebody experience something for the sake, I don't know what you say again. Oops. Every time somebody a certain experience that they want them to have so they can desire, yeah, that they trying to build a trauma bonding with someone. And if they can't build that trauma bonded with them, either they're going to force the situation by trying to control the situation from the outside in to see how this person to react to make this person feel comfortable enough. That's trying to create the trauma bonding, or the trauma bonding person just going to totally disappear because they're not going to never feel comfortable around this person because they always going to feel like they have to compete with the person because they in their mind think the person is better than them or something like that. So the individual that's trying to create the trauma bonding can't create nothing that they can use against another version because it's another person, because they always trying to bring another person down. It's like a hurt person trying to hurt another person, but the percentage level might just play in areas of ego and narcissism, so it's not playing out externally so extreme as it appearing to be like a hurt person. But if you spiritually wise enough, you'll be able to see, yeah, that's a hurt person. They trying to get some fulfillment somewhere and use anybody they can get it from. You said when people try to create certain experiences they want others to have. Oh yeah, I just think that. Unless you wrote it again. Or it's not. Why this ain't going down? But this is going down. Stuff be like weird. It'd be jittery and be going in areas it ain't supposed to go in. It's supposed to stay at the bottom of the screen, not go on the little side. It's like jittery. I don't know what YouTube be doing. Keep the comment section in where it's supposed to be. Don't put it over my face and all that shit. Unless I made a mistake and pushed the button. I don't know, maybe because I be talking a lot of stuff. And by me being an Aries, sometimes when it be little percentage level, because I'm a hierarchy Aries, but when it be little percentage level, it might have been me pushing the wrong button. I'm sitting here cussing like thinking in my mind I'm getting attacked and stuff. Y'all, I gotta get out of that too. You know what I'm saying? Think a little bit, Aries. Think a little bit. I think you pushed the wrong button, Aries. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Real stuff. Somebody said, what's your opinion? Shout out to Jada May. You said, what's your opinion on the nakshatras in Vedic? The nakshatras is the decans in Western astrology, so it's the same thing. So when they start talking about nakshatras, they're talking about the decans, the deacons in Western astrology. They both be talking about the same thing. They just got different words for it and stuff like that. Like you might hear Rayu and Ketu. That's just the north node and the south node. They be talking about the same thing. The only difference is Vedic is if you're born in the eastern continents. If you're born towards the east, how the sun transit over there and how they made the calendar over there. So if you're in the western hemisphere, that may be a few seconds behind, I think. So since you're born in the western hemisphere, if someone was to look at Western astrology using Vedic, they would have to push some degrees up. You know what I'm saying? Probably like 15 or 22 degrees up. So we 22 days ahead of Africa and India. That's basically what it's trying to say. Not you think that's your real sign and make a religion out of it and be like, this is your true. That's astrologers trying to make nickels, rub two nickels together 1,000 years ago. Shamans and witchcrafts, and then y'all just trying to do that in today's time and get confused on any starting point of astrology. But the reason Vedic astrology, the transits is 22 degrees back, because if you was to pack up your bags today and move to India or Africa, you will be in a time zone. So compared to America, you will be 22 days back. Now, if you in America, you're 22 days ahead. So instead of the sun be in one sign in one hemisphere, it might be in the next sign in the western hemisphere. So if the sun was in 15 degrees Scorpio in India or Africa, it will be in Sagittarius in America and England. You see what I'm saying? It ain't for y'all to make a spiritual system out of. It's for y'all to understand how they making calendars and astronomy and astrology and make sense out of stuff, not get pseudo. If you was born in America, that's why you're supposed to go with the Western system. Not, oh, they lied to us, and the original astrology is that you getting lost in spookism now. That's not even the reason why they make new calendars and make the dates change in the first place. It's not the starting point. Ain't nobody lying to people. The starting point is you on a different hemisphere. The sun don't relate the same the way it relate on another hemisphere, or it wouldn't be Antarctica being more cold than Eastern hemisphere being more hot. So the sun transit move faster or slower based upon, or it don't move, but distance and position. It react to the geographical location different. So of course you're gonna have to make different days and stuff like that, all the way till you get to America. Of course you're gonna have to make leap years and stuff like that. That's the way the sun relate over here. These people know what they doing. A lot of times when y'all be blaming the shadow government for stuff, y'all be on, it be based on y'all biases of which y'all lack. That don't even be the stuff they be lying to y'all about. Y'all be blaming stuff that they know what they doing, and it ain't no lie, and it got something beyond trying to use it for government. It's just something to do with life. A lot of stuff that they be doing, and y'all be blaming them for lies. It don't be having nothing to do with that. It's your failure, reprobate mind, to go outside and understand things for yourself. And that's for a lot of the stuff. I ain't gonna say all of it. Most of the stuff I go in on is the stuff that ain't it. But the stuff that I am talking about is a lot of the stuff. Like I say, a good 80% that y'all be claiming they rocking y'all to sleep don't even be the stuff they lying to y'all about. It'd be your failure of comprehension and your lack of knowledge. And purely your fault at that point. It was nobody else's fault but yours to be in jail for 10 years. It wasn't no conspiracy. It wasn't none of that. You felt comprehension of what you were doing and being self-aware and having emotional intelligence to see how your actions could be responded properly in all scenarios, not just one or two that suit your desires and not care about the other ones that could possibly happen. That takes your mental knowledge. And now you can't blame nobody because you ain't go through that mental process before you went for your flunked out biased desire. Now that part is your fault. See what I'm saying? Real. God ain't got nothing to do with that, nothing. That's why you end up finding God when you're in that situation. Because you wasn't with God, how you got in that situation. So that's your fault. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it like that. It's like that. Like that. You know it's all about self accountability and everything. You know what I'm saying? Self transits and self circumstances and everything. You know what I'm saying? Shout the store, Ivy. Alex Boom. Real stuff, Soul Group. But yeah, it's about persevering. And once we take self accountability and have respect and things of that nature, look, go YouTube. Yeah, I must be getting strike. What the heck, they're new Nikki? I think I'm getting strike. Yep, getting striked. And look at the haters. So they about to come in a few seconds too. They probably got to make another fake page though, because the page that they blocked on, that's the only one they can strike on. They can't write no comment or nothing. They can strike though, you know what I'm saying? But right now they probably gotta make a new page real quick. You know what I'm saying? So that's all that's going on now. But since they ain't doing it with multiple pages, it's not working as good. So let's get ready to clear back up. But yeah, it's just weirdos. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. I don't know. They just follow me all over. Like, I need to make another channel though. Hopefully they don't know about it or something like that. Weird. Weird. You know what I'm saying? They always come when I'm saying I'm about to do something, and I'm just thinking I'm talking just my personal life, not even thinking people thinking about it like that. You know what I'm saying? I just demons try to think that this is their way of stopping me from doing something that in their mind ain't got nothing to do with reality in existence. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff like this retarded. They just come out the woodworks for no reason. I can't even say little stuff like I'm about to hit the road or go on vacation. I can't even say stuff like that. There's a troll will come out of nowhere. I said this is weird, really, really weird. I'm saying then I can't even speak no good knowledge because then I get monkey trolls and stuff like that, and from that space, and it's like I can't go in no fear of reality. Uriel can't go in no fear of reality. Not even a calm, cool, and collected human one. Say somewhere, somehow, it's gonna be like, dang, it's super blurry. Hold on. It was super. Oh, that was a couple seconds ago. It should be more clear than that, though. Yeah, they be drinking, eating like a mug. Yeah, super weird. They be eating like a mug. Just come over here. So I guess I'm feeding them too much right now by even giving them attention. So let me stop even giving them attention. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's how you gotta go in the spiritual world. You know what I'm saying? Just keep yourself protected and understand that gas, liquid, solid. Cause I just made it like that. It's really beyond that. But you know, I ain't gonna say it's a world beyond that, but I'm saying the way we're supposed to look at these things is beyond just gas, liquid, solid. But these are good ways to explain it because these are terminologies that we can see in the physical form being played out that give us the live transition. You know what I'm saying? Damn, they working hard. You said Uriel is the beautiful electrical avatar tree world for sure. Oh, shout out to Sosa. Jesus, it got super blurry. Thank you so much for the donation, Jocelyn Molina. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. You said I got the sun, chart ruler, Mercury, the North Node, Lilith, and the fourth house been battling homeless instability for a while. What are your thoughts? You said Lilith. Oh yeah, that's Lilith is embarrassing also. So that could be extremely embarrassing too when you're in a situation where the fourth house ain't conducted and stuff like that. But that's your spiritual path. So you might gotta find a home somewhere that don't have anything to do with the foundation of the physical representation of home, and then that'll be how you manifest a home in some way, shape, or form. So like manifest, it might be stuff you got to do, jobs you got to get and stuff like that, but it might be like the universe showing you have to find a home in your heart where if everything is tearing down outside of you in some way, shape, or form, that's where you're going to find your spiritual path. And I know that's messed up because having a north node in different positions and stuff like that, it play out like that, where scary moments have to be things we have to learn how to get comfortable with in order to even get out of that situation. So it must be like something you might need to learn or something like that through this situation and find where you can still be comfortable even without an external representation of the home, but find a comfortable space in the internal representation of the home. That's what the North Node is there doing. Now Mercury is making you think a lot about that. What is going on? Hold on, let me refresh this real quick. Why is it so blurry like this? Let me take it off the Wi-Fi. Oh, there it goes. It's clearing up a little bit. But so the North Node is trying to give you a new ability and that uncomfortability and stuff, and that's messed up. That it's in the fourth house and stuff. But then with the Sun, and Mercury, with the Sun and Mercury, that's what you're manifesting. Also, that's what you got to act on, and that's what you got to communicate. So, something with your actions and communications, focus in that area, can put you in a situation of coming up with a good idea, and other individuals that can gain that comfort zone, even when the external comfort zone ain't there, and that thing itself would develop an ability to be able to even pay for a home or get into a situation where that could look possible in some way, shape, or form, based on that ability and that creative gift and talent of going through those extreme natures with the Sun, Mercury, and the North Node there, and all that goddamn shit. Thank you so much for the donation. Beats by Bless Zone Out Music. You said, "What up, bro? How can you tell how old your soul is? Your wisdom." So if you don't have a lot of wisdom towards whatever intellect that you're learning in the world, then that lets you can start to add on the percentage scale on your size of your spirit. If you have a lot of wisdom, you know what I'm saying, and things that you can start to compare and contrast on how many times you've been here and stuff like that, because that take forms and bodies that you are in. And for the most part, you'll know how many forms and bodies you was in already, and that'll let you know that you got spiritual abilities more than another person who probably ain't go through a lot of forms, ain't go through a lot of birth, life, deaths with that gas, liquid, and solid. So even though we all in the same reality, and you might got people down here that appear to be in an older age body as you, but they spirit might have became aware after you. So you took more forms than them. So you expanded and contracted more than them. So even if you participate and pick one of their forms, that this form right here and before you, ain't no telling how many times you took this kind of form and other forms before them. So the only way we kind of capsulate it is deciphering between wisdom. So if you younger than your grandmother, but you still express broader senses of wisdom than your grandmother, you're older than your grandmother as a spirit, regardless of her intellect and how much she may have learned from the one, two, and third dimension. that still don't help us all with our internal energies. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only way. Intellect don't tell. Intellect tells you how much you're learning from specific experiences. Wisdom lets you know how many experiences you went through. So wisdom will let you know how broad your spiritual age is. Intellect will let you know how much you know in a specific age. And a lot of times you be losing a lot of memory and you only obtain the ability, the expansion of your size of your spirit when you leave a different mind in a body it was in. So if you don't know how to obtain memory using a new mind and body based on the ability, your spirit again, then you're not going to remember your actual life with the mind and the body that you had in a previous lifetime. You have to figure it out based on the ability you have and see how it makes sense with the shapes and forms you got now. And your ability is going to let you know um, how many times you've been here, what kind of forms you was in and stuff like that, or you wouldn't have had that level of awareness and ability. Where did you get it from? And don't nobody else got your awareness and ability. So obviously it's your experience. So you need to start conducting your experiences so you can start to look for the points of references to know where they're coming from, and it's going to take you into previous lives basically. You know what I'm saying? So that's how you know who you are. Somebody message being held in review. You might have said a negative word. I didn't do it, but the way this page is set up, especially for trolls, is certain words you probably can't say, and I didn't go through it to see what words those was. The beat spot zone. Could you explain Mars 29 Libra? It's on the cusp of Libra and Scorpio, so sometimes you may overforce needing assistance when it comes to deep situations that you're passionate about and stuff like that, and stuff that you probably need to take care of your own. So try not to get too lost in those situations and learn how to gain comfortability or satisfaction into doing things alone that you don't think you supposed to do alone. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be things in other people's life that they don't mind doing alone, but you might construct a whole lot of things that you think should be done with others that might not be how existence is anytime you got Mars with Libra energies and stuff, because it's in its opposite position, but you got it sharing a position that it likes to be in. It's other home, Scorpio. So a lot of times you feel comfortable with creating things that may not necessarily be in existence when it comes to relating to others. So you get comfortable with your passion, but you get too comfortable trying to do it with others who may not necessarily be on that same match. And then anytime, every now and then you do meet other individuals, you see that at the end they was in it for other reasons and stuff like that. So both y'all got a monetary gain before y'all split as friends or circumstance or partners or something like that. Somebody said, are there wrong? Shout out to at A Saru. You said, are tarot question. You said, are there wrong interpretations? Like, do certain card combos only mean certain things? Nah. It's based on the interpreter. As long as you know the meaning of the cards, whatever you interpret and whatever you mix and match is on you. But for you not to make sense, make sure whatever you put together is a correspondence to the card's actual meaning. For an example, right? The Joker card the food card mean the food card. The High Priestess card mean the High Priestess card. Now, it's up to you when you're pulling cards out to be able to put it together in a way that it makes sense relative to the food card or the High Priestess card. So let's say the food card come up first. And let's say that, okay, you might meet a mistake or someone else might be thinking a mistake or whatever like that. Then you pull out the High Priestess, right? Then that, you know what the High Priestess mean, over exalting out of an emotion and controlling it for yourself or whatever like that. So you can value yourself in some way, shape, or form. So it's saying that you might need to be a fool and to show people you value yourself, or to show a false sense of ego because you haven't been showing enough ego and been taken advantage of. So that'd be like a personal interpretation when the Fool and the High Priestess card come up. Sometimes when you was not being a fool fool. It was you getting taken advantage of. And you need to be a fool in your area and show a little emotional ego a little bit so you can start getting and act like that you don't know that you being different, just to show other people that you need to be looked at a higher way in some way, shape, or form, and have them think that you don't know, you thinking too highly of yourself. But really, if those two cards came out for a specific zodiac sign, it's because they're not thinking highly enough about themselves. And they need to start playing the fool, because the way that they wasn't playing the fool was lowering themselves. And they need to play the fool card and make sure you're acting like a high priestess when you're being a fool. You're acting better than you was yesterday, and you need to do that right now because you wasn't doing it yesterday. So that's how you kind of like put those two together. Then you can do that with anything else, stuff like that. I'm saying. So learn the meanings of the cards, and then your own interpretation and relate it to the cards, and then that's how you get the spirit guide of understanding what you're trying to say. Thank you so much for the cash app, James. So it's all about making correspondences, and then that way a person will be able to take that in their own life to be able to see what that means, if it's catering to their relationship or their business or their career or their circumstance or their living condition and stuff like that, or their family. They'll be able to see how that play out in their life and know how to take care of it and get out of that little rut. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, do you use gene keys or human design charts, or what's your take on those tools? Shout out to Letitia TV. Yeah, I come up with all my own stuff. So human design, that'll probably be me looking at just the medical astrology. So I look at it like the first house, my head, all the way down to the 12th house, my feet. And then whatever transit's going on in the sky, and the transit's already placed in these areas, I make a correspondence on how to go about my day to not overstress myself. That could be stress on my body and mess up my hernia and stuff like that. And then how to not do not enough. You know what I'm saying? Know when I'm sitting and relaxing too much, and know that it's time to start being productive or something like that. And too many seconds and minutes and is wasting. Yeah, and then the gene keys, I'm not necessarily familiar with that. I'm not necessarily familiar with that. Somebody say, hey, Dolo, can you explain Sag in the 7th house? So you like a relationship that got a sense of freedom or spirituality or purpose to it. So if you're around people that even love interest, but you can't find a meaning or reasoning to participate, you'll look at it like it's a cage to even participate. And a lot of times it could go good and bad in certain situations. So and it could go good where you separate yourself long enough to find someone who could make you feel free. It could go bad because you never actually had consistency in anything to even see if it could be a beautiful outcome or something like that. So that's a little conundrum that a Sag in the 7th house sometimes can play out. So as long as you can find someone you can feel free with, where you don't have to feel weird about expressing things on your mind or doing things and having to overthink about how this person gonna think about it based on previous actions, when you can find a person like that, that'll be your person that's resonating and flaring up your 7th house. Somebody said, shout out of the world, can you give any advice on socially awkward Scorpio? The socially awkward ain't got nothing to do with you being a Scorpio sun, Sag rising. I know mad Scorpio sons that ain't socially awkward. So socially awkward come from your inability of gaining comfortability in a certain area. So you might got an upbringing where you were sheltered from expressing yourself in a fluid manner, and then you built the subconscious trauma because you probably had parents or people that was around you that every time you did choose to express something and things of that nature, you was looked down upon or looked at like you didn't make sense or something like that. So for the most part, that's the way the light glaring. It always look like I be having stuff on my face and stuff. Is the way the light be glaring. So you start to gain comfortability in areas that you ain't know that was damaging. And one of those comfortabilities was not to socially express yourself as much. So you probably go through too many thoughts and feelings about what you're going to express before you actually express it. And a lot of these thoughts and feelings allow you not to express anything at all. So you develop mind reader energies. Like you think you know how other people think, But you need to know you ain't got that power. Once you know that takes about 50% of the battle off your shoulders and stuff like that. Then you can start going into other areas and stuff. But first, you need to know you don't know what's on another person's mind, regardless of what they expressing and what they saying was on their mind. Spirits be manipulating as heck. You don't know what makes a person express what they're expressing for you to think you believe it. So that ain't even for you to waste your mind on. You need to put people in the same position. You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to look at things. The same position a person put you in for you to think about them a certain way and for you to be like thinking you're a mind reader, you need to put them in the same type of position. If you don't know how to do that, then you're just a weak spirit. You know what I'm saying? For an example, it could be people in y'all life, right? That you overly think about them before you make a decision, right? But in all actuality, these people don't give you two thoughts when they make their decision and actually force their decisions down on you. And then you don't think about it that way to yourself. You might just think about it like, okay, whatever I do could affect this person like this. But everything everybody else is doing, don't give a fuck how it affects you and force you to understand that it shouldn't affect you in a negative way. So when you come to the conclusion that you have to start putting people in the same position they got you in, so they can start thinking in their own mind when to bother you and not to bother you because you got your experiences you express just like them, then that's when you're on even grounds. Other than that, you like some docile, weak spirit that allow other spirits that's weak to have mental authority over you, and you ain't in on nothing. So all that does is manifest situations where you can't take care of no one else or yourself at that point. Because you need them to take care of you mentally and physically. And they don't need you to do that. So your whole life be in some type of weird energy in some way. So don't let nobody do that to you. And when I say physically, I'm not necessarily talking about money and stuff like that. I'm talking about just like sometimes mental fart clouds. Y'all allows people to have mental authority over you. And it be stuff that you be trying to suggest and adding them in your decisions that you have no business adding that person in your decisions, what you get ready to do. You know what I'm saying? So y'all be thinking, so y'all to keep that in mind. That's almost like, let's say you a kid, but you already have an adult brain. So let's say you a kid and you want to own, and you already got an adult brain. I'm just making a hypothetical. Thank you so much for the donation, Terra Love. So you in a kid body, but you came out, you got an adult brain. So you already know how to think like how I'm thinking right now, right? Let's say you only wanted to be the only child and things of that nature, right? But you in a kid body. So you know, like, yeah, if I jump on the refrigerator right now and stuff like that, I bet not do that because what? You got other people on your mind, right? But guess what? You want to be the only child too. But guess who round table you ain't about to be at if they choose that, make you a brother or a sister and stuff like that. Them, you, you ain't gonna be at the round table for that. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like that concept to make it make sense for y'all, even though it was a dumb analogy. But in your mind, you got to think about others for your decision, and that's how you make it. And in other people's mind, you ain't at the round table for that. You wasn't at the round table for that. You forced to know that you just got to deal with a brother and a sister now. And it's just life now for you. It's just comfortable for you. But when you go make your decisions, you start thinking how other people gonna think and stuff like that. And like, oh, just that or third. So you get lost. Get lost in realms of reality. You got to get yours. And that's what I be meaning when I be saying it's a dog eat dog world. And if y'all don't know how to go ahead and start to like act on it and stuff like that, that's how you get flunked out. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, how should I go about my Mars and Scorpio house? You already doing your Mars in the third house. You're just passionate about your environment, your surroundings. And so now you got to look at where do you go too far in that and start dealing with your desires so you don't be manifesting negative outcomes being lost before you was aware of that. You're probably too forceful on friends and demand support and stuff in areas you can't get it. Thank you so much for the donation, Moranzo Alexander. You said, Gemini son, I tackle all my childhood traumas. I'm now dealing with inferiority complex, anxiety, and inferiority. I know I'm gonna try inferiority complex, anxiety, and going through a dark night of the soul. What's the purpose of this and how to deal with it? But shit, the way I would deal with something like that I would start looking at it like it's made up. Before I know it, I probably won't be dealing with it for the rest of that day. You said dark night of the soul. I First I look at it like this. Okay, dark means all the colors together, so that means I'm lost in thought forms and feelings. Dark night, so that means I'm in my lower animalistic natures below the horizon, and as in dark night of the soul, my soul is using that, and I'm in that form or something like that. So I start looking at it like that, and I start, okay, damn, why is I'm in this space? And I get out of it. And then you say you got inferiority complex, and anxiety, from that and stuff like that. Those might be coming from other areas and stuff like that. Anxiety comes from laziness. So anytime a person got too much percentage level energies in laziness, or what they call that, being sheltered, where you didn't have to do a lot of things, and you probably could relax, and other people do a lot of the work or something like that. When it comes time for you to have to put something in, um, it builds in as too much adrenaline, and you not being familiar and comfortable at that time with having to think so much and feel so much. So all that adrenaline pump through your veins, your nerve systems, and it play out as frigidity. So you end up having anxiety and stuff like that. So it's like, then you start developing fear of what could happen, woulda, shoulda, woulda, if you couldn't, and stuff like that. So you have to build familiarity into doing something, and you won't have anxiety as much because you'll be familiar with an energy. And anytime we lack familiarity in an energy, we're taking too much time in another area, which in all actuality is laziness. You know what I'm saying? You might be getting bullied in school or something like that. Your inability of having to think right then and there, and then not knowing what to do, not make a point. You got so much adrenaline that don't know where to go. You got anxiety now. You know what I'm saying? So you're not comfortable or familiar as a routine and pattern at cussing somebody out or telling somebody off. So you're not manifesting a lot of experiences to not have to deal with that anymore. You're not dealing with all the little things. So it's accumulating so much, and your mind state is an accumulation. Is too much adrenaline. So anything that you do becomes an anxiety. But you have to start practicing stuff of consistency and stuff. So certain energies can start becoming familiar, and then that familiar energy will pour over in other areas in your life where the anxiety may play out, and then you won't have so much anxiety anymore because you would build so much familiarity energy. So instead of your blood adrenaline is being chaotic hurricane, they're being easy, calm, cool, and smoothing and going through the veins the way they're supposed to go through the veins after they got accumulated from the mind. Because you keeping you controlling your mind, you controlling your thoughts and feelings, you controlling the order of the gases, particles for it to become a wave, thought and feeling influence, and now you can express it orderly. You got it in control. Anytime you I ain't gonna say laziness like it's a negative thing, but I'm just giving y'all the attributes of it. When you can't calculate all these thoughts, all these ideas in the gas world, the fluid become all chaos, like a tornado. So then when it bend in as your adrenaline, your body play out the same way, anxiety. And now you might need a substitute to calm that anxiety down. So the anxiety still be there, but the reaction of your body don't be there. So now you starting to develop a dependency where you might need the anxiety pill to stop anxiety, but you really don't stop the anxiety. You just become non-reactive because your blood got something in it floating through it. That pill, you took the anxiety pill. So you end up confusing your body because what your blood cells would have usually did to take care of that when they went through shock, they confused. So you going through anxiety and your blood cells got hit with some drugs, so they all high. Your blood cells is high at work. They supposed to be doing what they usually do, developing a sufficient enough amount of mucus that you might think is pain, but it's what they built as a sufficient system. And once that virus get caught in the mucus, and then you could shit it out or piss it out or spit it out, then for the most part you won't experience that or the mucus anymore because that's how they cleanse your system. But when they lack the ability to develop mucus, it's because they all high at the moment. You done took that anxiety pill, so they all high at the moment, and you're not reacting to the anxiety, but you're still in anxiety because that time period you have the pill itself is the time period you would have been going through anxiety, but when your blood cells would have been doing it, the job they were supposed to. And then you're getting ready just to create real good headaches and stuff like that, even when you're not going through anxiety. And you're like, thank you so much for the donation, Aaliyah Turnage. You said Aquarius, Sun, Venus, Uranus. So your actions, how you love and appreciate and value, how you go through changes, and your uniqueness and your delusions and stuff is all in your personal life. So your personal interests, personal insecurities, personal affairs, and you isolate yourself sometimes in your uniqueness that might look negative, or in your delusions sometimes. And this is how you act, and this is what you love to do sometimes too. Sometimes you create weird mind games with other individuals based on separating your energy or trying to use silence or something like that for some narcissism type stuff in your to go in your way in your personal life. So make sure you ain't doing that too much, but for the most part, that's how that works. Oh, it's 10. No, I'm just pushing back. Somebody said anxiety is cured by food or working out. No. If you going through anxiety and you start eating food, that's called stress eating. You ain't about to do nothing but build a whole bunch of estrogen to hold on to all those fat solubles and start gaining weight and fat tissue and blood being stuck in certain areas, not moving enough and building too much muscle mass that'll make you start to appear to be flabby and stuff like that. And grandpa and grandma at the age of 19. No, you don't never want to eat when your spirit is in a low space where all you aware of is depression, anxiety, frustration. Those are the times not to eat. Those should be the times you practicing some form of Ramadan or something like that, or separating. When you run to a 1, 2, and 3rd dimensional low vibrational circumstance to fulfill something that you lack at the moment because you're depressed, anxiety, frustrated, then you're going to fulfill that with 1, 2, and 3rd dimensional fat soluble foods, heartwarming things, ice cream in front of Netflix and chill all day. And before you know it, your body going to be a representation of what's on your mind. And you're going to look like a fat version of Beavis and Butthead at the age of 70 years old. All because of anxiety. So yeah, don't go with that advice. Don't go now. Exercising, I wouldn't do that either. I wouldn't do nothing when I'm going through anxiety. Anxiety, that's the time you need to go back to God. You need to meditate. You need to separate from all the thoughts and feelings that you even in to develop anxiety. That you don't need to be doing nothing in the world, wasting nobody's time, picking up your phone, wasting anybody's time, making them convince themselves why they ain't put their phone on airplane mode or don't distract and stuff like that. Don't disturb. And you don't need to be outside nowhere with that fart cloud aura around you, making other people go through car accidents and stuff before you go to Planet Fitness or something. No. You know, when you're going through anxiety, you sit your little ass at the crib somewhere in a little closet or something like that and do some extreme shadow work, self-realization. Don't even speak the words that's coming in your mind outside in your household. You might got people who live with you. They need to sleep peaceful that night. Keep all that inside. All that, the thoughts, everything. Don't even let a thought escape. Don't even do a certain breath. Do breathing work. Make sure when you got a fart cloud thought, it ain't at the time you breathing out. Make sure it's only the time you breathing in. You know what I'm saying? Well, when you got good thoughts, make sure that's the only time you breathing out. Don't make sure you don't got no fart cloud come out, especially if you got people that live in the household with you. Lord Jesus Christ, they need to sleep peaceful tonight. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. You gotta go back on your anxiety. You go to yourself and go to God. That's it. That's the only person, the only thing that's no thing in yourself gonna help you with that anxiety. I'm gonna tell you that right now. You don't even need to be seen in the world with your smack monkey self. Oh, real stuff. Just lock yourself in the closet. No matter how long it take, even if your job wither away or whatever like that. That job, they need your anxiety energy there, and the people they need to be sleeping peaceful at night too. Them co-workers, they got a life too. You don't need to be destroying nobody's life at that job. You just go ahead and put your phone off. Don't go to work. Lock the door to hide. No matter how long it take with you and God, just as long as your smack monkey self don't come outside. Nobody need to see no creature like that right now. You know what I'm saying? We need a happy world. Happy feet. No penguin Walt Disney movie face. Real stuff. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's what we got to deal. That's why they got that movie called Misery Love Company. What was the movie about? Some Madame Blavatsky, saggy tits, homegirl, grandma in the crib by herself. What was that? You know what I'm saying? A movie straight about that. Straight allegory about that. Thank you so much for the donation, Maranto Alexandra. You said how you do. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. You said how to deal with spiritual depression. Your spirit ain't gonna never be depressed. Your spirit just having experiences. Now you might be experiencing depression, so your spirit is in a space developing awarenesses of let down, not letting go of things. So you're going down in a directional pad in the esoteric directions. So that means depression, let down, feeling like you're not good enough and stuff like that. Your spirit cannot think that way. So if you manifested a lot of situations where you created thoughts and feelings of that based upon external representations, you might be in an actual situation right now in the third dimension where the outside world via people, places, and things remind you every day that you can't think better. So you probably dug yourself a deep hole. So try to have constant dissonance for God. Find things in the actuality of that, of how it's going in your favor. Then in your mind, spiritually, don't change the thought and feeling. Go into another space and look at that scenario and create a thought and feeling that ain't depressed. Create a thought and feeling that say, oh, it's because of this. And I feel good because of that. And whatever you make that up to be, you being a spiritual witch or wizard. And then therefore, if you stay there long enough, it'll bend in as fluid and become your actions and ideas as solid. And then it'll take you right out of that circumstance or geographical location if you're trying to move. You got to hold on to a thought no matter how deep of a hole you made for yourself. So the physical reality is only a representation of all the mistakes that you went through when you was creating the gas in the solids. I mean, in the liquid stage. And sometimes we forget what we're doing. That's why I tell y'all I'm not teaching y'all nothing. I'm only reminding you what you're already doing. So when you forget what you're doing, you get attached to the third dimension because the shadow government made us believe that so much. The solid world so much. And the business, entertainment, education, religion, and politics for survival. So you forget what kind of starting point you had, what was the wrong intent, the wrong gas particles to make a fluid, the thought and feeling that you made think that it was the right decision. And then when you started to act on these things into the 1, 2, and third dimension, you can start seeing it played not like it's not structured in some way, shape, or form if you missed the point about something. So a lot of times when you know you manifested, you was in the wrong space and you did something for something that's already made from the gas and liquid, and in the 1, 2, and third dimension, right, it might appear to be that your spirit might be trapped in it. If you don't understand where that energy came from and stuff like that, this what allows you to be spiritually depressed. You're trying to uphold bricks that you don't got to. You can just go change a thought and go into another gas, fluid, and solid. I had another point, but thank you so much for the donation, Israel Dethroner. You said, was someone's Lilith squaring or opposing several planets in your chart? Everybody got that. Signify a lot of sexual attraction or embarrassment. Not necessarily. It'll just be how you think what it means to be embarrassed. Another person with another alignment might not be embarrassed about the same thing. So both of y'all could go through the same thing, but you might take it as embarrassment. They might take it as a joke. Another person might take it as the fight. Another person might take it as a teaching moment. You might take it as embarrassment based upon your alignment. You know what I'm saying? On whatever your alignment is at. And so whatever filter system you got, that's how you construct your embarrassments. How you think would it look like to be embarrassed. You might see somebody else go through something that you don't know that you feel embarrassed about, and you'll look at their actions tomorrow and be like, why this person ain't reacting this way, this, that, and the third. They might not feel embarrassed about that because they don't got that alignment. So whatever your Lilith is at and whatever it's squaring or opposing, that's going to construct in your mind what you see as embarrassment. Thank you so much for the donation. Candace the Virgo. Leo 12th house with Mercury. So you like to think a whole lot about things that may not necessarily make sense sometimes, and you try to make it make sense. That'd be negative. But on the positive end, you got a lot of ideas about creative things, imaginations and fantasies and stuff like that. Then you're passionate and motivated about your faiths and beliefs and your creativity. And these are things that you love, but sometimes may overindulge in and put more power in that and appreciation in that than other things that may need cater to in your life. And then you have Leo there. So these might be a lot of things you try to get attention for too. You might talk a lot about your spirituality and your love for it in a passionate way. But a lot of times your pride get hurt if another person don't see where you're coming from in that area. So try not to express all your dreams to other individuals, until you justify if this something you actually got faith belief in, or is this something you want attention in at the moment. Thank you so much for the donation, Antonio Hennis. You said, how much importance should we put to dreams, aka big thoughts and feelings? I mean, I don't know why you said that dreams ain't aka big thoughts and feelings, but for the most part, really they kind of small. That's why you can't even see them as a cloud, because your own personal one's so small, it just be like wind or air, and barely that. But it's still that type of form. But at the same time, dreams is just you going to your body of how you made this body. It's all the same thing. But if you want to go separate the mechanisms, you go into your gas body, the realm of idea. And then when you in that long enough, you start putting together so many gases, you develop a thought and feeling. So this is why your dreams, you could probably hear sound or feel and stuff, because you're making your world, you're making an organ, you're reminding yourself how you made this organ, and how you're going to make another one, and your physical representations and your experiences. This is why a lot of times you can have a physical experience of something that you dreamed about last week or something like that, because it's reality coming into be. It's showing you how your spirit get trapped in flesh and things of that nature. Um, and then for the most part, you stay in the gas and liquid realm with that body. But that body is connected to this body because it make those organs. So when these ones is done resting, you can spark that fluid up back to these ones beaten, and you living awoke now and not sleep no more. Thank you so much for the donation. Ace Root, you said, I'm Taurus, 12th house attracted. I attracted a 12th house Taurus, Sun, Mars, Merc. What happens in a bond with a lot of 12th house placements? Nothing that don't happen in other signs. Because y'all gotta peep game. Like when we start talking about like alignments and stuff, these is just y'all natures, but you only gonna experience what it is. So if you're actually in a relationship or something like that, or a siblingship, you're experiencing the interactions. Not like we supposed to be like, oh, what should happen, and then it'll kind of be like a fake woke or fake tarot card energy, where I say something that ain't gonna happen based on just trying to make an interpretation on the energies. But if you're together with that person, you're experiencing the energies. That's the energies. So that will be the outcome and stuff like that if you live in the experience live. So if you break up with that person, or y'all both into this, y'all can decipher the energies together. Like, oh, okay, this is what it means when we got 12th house here and stuff like that. Because when you do this, that, and the third. But it won't be nothing like you're together with this person, and then I make an allegory about it that really could happen to anybody with any sign and stuff like that. So you have to go through that experience yourself to see how it's actually be. You say, are they always an enemy? Yeah, I don't get into biases. Anybody could be an enemy, for real. I done made so many enemies in my life. My whole 12 houses is filled up with them. So I don't know which one to pick first to be like, oh, this is the house right here that make enemies, or this, that. Because shit, I got one in them for first house energies. I got one for second house energies. I got one for third house energies. So I would just have to see the alignment and interactions with other alignments if I even get that deep into it, which I don't. But just to even see, okay, this is how this play out. You know what I'm saying? As experiencing it. So having wisdom, it won't even have to be an enemy situation. It could be a positive situation with the same alignments, but it'll play out in the same energy. So all I kind of look at is just the energies, and it could play out as between you and your enemy, or it could play out between you and your friend or whatever, but it'll be the same energy. For an example, 12th house deals with dreams and delusions. It don't even matter if you attract somebody who become an enemy. They became an enemy based off someone was lost into a delusion about something. You can manifest a friend. Y'all had similar dreams and imagination. So it's always going to be the same concept, no matter the polarization into the world. So me being Archangel Uriel, I just stay in the overall concept, and y'all could take the polarizations of how it play out in your own life for yourselves based on y'all experience, or how y'all like to be mind readers and sit back and adjust your situation. But at least you'll probably be a little bit more right than wrong who's doing that. Which, that's a form of witchcraft. Here we go. Striking again. Somebody said when your friend become your enemy. Shout out to Anu Moon. When your friend become your enemy and your enemy your best friend. Oh, are you quoting Nas? Dang. It's all over the place. I don't know. Yeah, YouTube. I'm getting striked because people just like to hate. Somebody said Mercury in someone's 8th house. You like to think real deep. You like to analyze about things, and sometimes you might overthink about things and go too deep in areas that you don't necessarily need to. Yeah, the haters just be trying to stop knowledge. This is their way of feeling good about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I've been trying to get stopped in so many ways through all these eons. It's just normal at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I done seen humans use all kind of weird ways to do it, weird tactics to do it. Like, so it's like, it's just weird. Like, none of the stuff I even care about, but it's like weird. So, but like, angels don't get put in no human situation for whatever human desire they got. Thank you so much for the donation, beautiful soul. You said, hey, Uriel, we're having North Node and Vesta and Midheaven and Aries 10th house still count as a stellium since these are asteroids. It might not play out like no stellium in your life, but you might have a lot of interactions in that area that deals with those energies, like Vesta. You might have to force yourself to organize sufficiently when it comes to your career and your status and what you're known for. North Node, that doing that, you'll find your spiritual path in that area. And you said Vesta, North Node, Midheaven. And that's just 2. That ain't no stellium. Hey man, you gonna clear up YouTube on some games. Okay, so it's a troll in here right now that's striking. They just left a comment. Let me block them. Okay, yeah, so the troll just exposed themselves. Retard. So the troll just sat there and exposed themselves. And that's why they got blocked. They striking like a mug right now. But once it's just gonna be blurry. But once they go through review, they're gonna see that ain't nothing to strike about. So all they gonna do is not still leave the video open. Thank you so much for the donation, Henny Antonio Hennis. How can someone be summoned to a world without consent? What you mean? It's a teamwork makes the dream work. It takes all spirits to become aware for themselves, and then that spirit has to agree with that desire. Now, whatever they working together is still a teamwork makes the dream work. Is always going to be other spirits having those desires too. So it's always an individual thing. All spirits fail themselves. They need to take self accountability for just as much as someone do something to you, just as much as you allowed something to be done to you. It's a simultaneous thing. Thank you so much for the donation. Beautiful Porsche. You said, I know I asked a question already, but if possible. Oh no, you asking to ask a question? Go ahead, you ask a question. I'm saying now, So as a spirit, you have to agree to those desires and stuff like that. If you don't agree, you ain't consent. Now, the shadow government be working that against y'all though. Because I'm pretty sure a person can do something and not want to go to jail, and they'll still take you to jail without your consent. Or you could want to pay a bill, and if you ain't pay it, they could cut it off without your consent. So y'all allow the shadow government to do that. That's y'all issues y'all got to deal with. That ain't no question of mine. In the spirit world, you always got to choose it. But down here, they create a circumstance. Sometimes you do things y'all ain't got no choice. That's the actual fight. All right, it's wearing off now. That's like stupid. It's retarded. Like humans, like I'm disgusted with humans. It's like leeches down here. Like what is the deal with you trolls? Like it's like if that ain't a vampire parasite, I don't know what is. Like my energy's scared too many humans. That's why I don't like dealing with humans. Just some scary human. Thank you so much for the donation, Soul Star. You said, can you break down the meaning of all asteroids? Man, I got videos on that, man. Y'all not about to, like, I don't even know what that is. What is NOK? Like, I'm starting to sound redundant. I hate sounding redundant. But I don't even know what that is. I'll run that down real quick, though. Let me get out of my little funk. Chiron is the wounded healer. So that's like, to make it simple, making mistakes. So that'd be the mistake energy. Ceres will be like a single mother that's too young, so she still want to do things, but she got responsibilities. So Ceres is whatever you feel responsible for. Palace is whatever you feel like you're in a relationship with. So whatever sign you got Palace in, that's the energy you feel like you're in a relationship with the universe of. Vesta is how you organize. So Vesta is going to be how you organize situations in your life. So whatever sign you got Vesta in is how you organize. You might organize an earthly way, a fiery way, a spicy way, or whatever like that. People who got Vesta and fire ain't good organizers in their life. And then you got I don't know which one I'm missing. Chiron, Ceres, Pallas, Vesta. It's one before Vesta. I forget the name right now. Because I'm too focused on this little blurry system. It'll come to me though. But it's the one that deals with your responsibilities. The one that what you feel like is longevity. Yeah, longevity and Juno. There you go. Juno. Longevity remind me is Juno. So Juno is whatever energy you feel like you have to spend longevity in, or something you could see yourself spending longevity in. So if you got like Juno on fire, you can see yourself spending longevity into entertaining, creativity, or expressing feelings. Water, something connective, something that's dealing with counseling or something like that. Earth, something that's dealing with building or practicalizing or stability or security. Air, something that's dealing with communications or social awareness or something like that. Now let me refresh this real quick. I refreshed it, but I ain't no telling how long because it's going through review. So when it's going through a review, that's the only reason it start blurring up. Or it's still going through review. But when you refresh it, it go back to normal for a little bit. But if it's still up under review, it go back to blurring in a little bit. Yeah, here it goes. About to start being blurry again. The stupid haters. I don't know why they attached to me. It can only be because of my intellect. Because I don't know none of these strangers in real life. So never been around them in real life personally. Nothing. So like I don't know how they get so attached to become trolls or haters or enemies. It ain't that deep to me. Stuff just don't be that deep to me, for real. And when a human take it that deep, they're taking things personal. That ain't got nothing to do with God. I can't deal with humans like that. That ain't got nothing to do with God. You could even have people in your life you try to help, like family and stuff like that. If they ain't in that energy, they ain't nowhere near God. Like, you know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Like, that's them demonic people. Demonic people. You know what I'm saying? Demonic, low trauma having people. Like, literally a waste of space. People be waste of space, like, for real. It's disgusting. But other than that, yay. You know what I'm saying? They just fart clouds and stuff like that. But other than that, yeah, that's disgusting. That's disgusting to me. Humanity sometimes. But this isn't even me feeding them. I'm really not feeding them. This is a Q&A anyway. Like, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fight the good fight anyway. I know one thing. I ain't running nowhere. I ain't making no excuse to go on no other pages either. I'm still going to make the other pages and stuff like that, but I ain't going nowhere. That's all these demons want. You know what I'm saying? These demons can't wait till I come up here and act depressed or be sick or say something failed or something like that. They can't wait. And then the stuff that they think I'm talking about that failed ain't got nothing to do with my real life or nothing. It's some online stuff they getting attracted to. So it's like demons is sitting around waiting for me to fail. Like that's where they get their excitement from. Uriel failing and disappearing somewhere because Uriel is spreading too much knowledge. What else is it? You don't know me personally. So it's basically you watching and listening to everything I put online. And just developing your concept to hate in that aspect. Like, so that's as far as it go. But I would never waste my time even being in this kind of body doing that to another to a human. Like, it's retarded to me. All right, it's wearing off a little bit now. Somebody saying that's my direct family. And everybody got something like that. Somebody said F the haters. Yeah, I don't even pay the haters no mind. Like, I'm just talking right now, but in my actual life, I literally don't care. Like, literally just a stranger. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, you're always working on love and worrying about how I come across and how much sense you make in relationship. Oh, you're talking to somebody else. Somebody said, Virgo in the 7th house. You might worry too much about your relationships and try to boss your relationships around. And you have to realize that ain't nobody perfect and everybody else got mistakes and everybody else got their own ideologies. And when you learn how to separate from that, you won't be so stressed out and worrying about your love life, whether you're in one or not, or your relationships or how you relate to others and stuff. But I said I play in the 7th house. When you have a big purpose, it's difficult to associate with common beings. Yeah, you can't. You can't associate with common beings once you have a big purpose. All they do is like try to tear it down in some way, shape, or form. Thanks so much for the donation, new Nikki. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff, so group. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. But yeah, they won't do nothing but tear it down because they look at you like you think you better than them. And you just got a God ability and trying to wake other people up and stuff like that. But low-hanging fruit don't see it that way. So you would get rocked to sleep, and before you know it, someone would trick you out your position in some way like that. So yeah, you can't trust me. I'm Uriel. I've been here through ages. I've been getting hung on the cross for ages. So I just chalked it up to this is what demonic humans do. So I know how to see that as a trait. So I know how to not take it personal and just play on it, but not take it serious or anything, because I'm here for other purposes. So I could care about what a person develop their own ego in to try to change a narrative to make it an outcome. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be like a person like me. You'll get attacked from all ages, all and both genders. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're trying to help, you'll get attacked by both genders and stuff like that. I had mad females do the same thing online. Homeboy just did, and mad other dudes just did. Where my name is in the title, my thumbnail is up there, and it's somebody trying to make me act like them and how they need me and how they think what I should do, and because they don't like me being Uriel. I wouldn't have the knowledge I have if I'm not going through all my experiences and my shadow work is being live and stuff like that. But all these humans want to be like, no, I think you should just be like something like they trying to construct me in the ancient shadow government world to suit them. So I seem better in that position that they created in their mind about me. But for me to even be in their mind, it's because, God damn it, I'm Uriel. That's how I got there. Why I'm gonna stop being me for some humans? You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure all the females that did it just had me in their mind in some type of future that my physical actions wasn't playing out. So that's witchcraft. I don't care about that anyway. And then any dude trying to do it and things of that nature is just in some type of Galileo energy and stuff like that, and can't understand how someone can do the things that the shadow government taught them that is the total opposite of having intellect, but still having intellect or something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then at that point, it don't go, that is my relationship with humanity. Are we back on? Is we back on? Is it back on? The fuck? Oh, it's back on? Oh, okay. Yeah, they getting real stupid. But I don't know how long it's gonna take before it go blurry again. But yeah, that is my relationship with humanity. So I know that was God relationship with the angels and things of that nature. So it was nothing, and the angels made it something. You know what I'm saying? So I just everything that you don't have, you are that. So the amount of percentage level I didn't have, I have to be all that for the world. So that's like everything. I had to become my own parent, God, child, circumstance, situation, decision, everything. So it's like everything I lack is almost like everything in the world. So I got to be like almost half of the percentage level of the world for y'all. Literally, like literally. But then sometimes that it'd be too much. Sometimes I'd be like, man, forget all that. You know what I'm saying, but then that's me getting into self entitlement energies again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm supposed to do everything dolo. I ain't supposed to be looking at it like because angels self entitlements is different than y'all humans and stuff like that. We're not even allowed to look at it like that's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? We're not even supposed to look at it like it's the right thing to do. Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we just show y'all how to do what y'all already do better. So y'all can do what y'all do and be in y'all situations and make sure that other people keep up on y'all and stuff like that. If anything happen or whatever like that, whatever the case may be. Oh, we got another troll in here. There's a troll in here. Thank you so much for the donation, Elheen. You said, if a house cusp lands on a fixed star, no, nothing mean nothing. You said, and that have 3 house lords for that house, since each royal fixed star rules the sun. No, I didn't read nothing about nothing. I'm saying it really only for the planets, and then it really don't affect in alignments either. It just affect that planet. That's it. That influence don't really go on to the other planets. No other planets affect that alignment. None. Is like, because it's like a distance thing. When we started talking about the gas part, somebody said, "Oh, shout out to new Nikki." You said, "Yes, same troll was donating last night." Ryan Deere, Ryan Deere, troll. They was donating. What the hell? Nice. Yeah, block their ass then. It's like weird, like stuff like that. Y'all just see it live. What's the point of donating if you're a troll? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't. Why do I attract stuff like this? I don't get it. Like, I don't never manifest anything normal. I do not understand that. You go on other people's channels and stuff like that, it just be normal world. They either got people who don't like them or they got a whole bunch of support. And then they somewhere like what's homeboy name? And with the school and stuff like that. And then it just be about real life type stuff. I'm creating so many weird delusional fart clouds where it's just all about entertainment, to the point that you willing to leave a donation and troll too. Like, what is? It's like no reason for me to be speaking high knowledge online like this. That's why I'm doing them private angel tarot card readings. I'm gonna push that back. I already got a small handful of people I'm supposed to do that with. But yeah, that for readings like that ain't online. I do the regular readings online, but when it comes to a lot of stuff, I be kicking that the average human don't know what I'm saying, and it's so above their comprehension that they're only watching for entertainment, and to become a troll and to think that I'm creating something in their life and they're a stranger, and then to go through my friends list and stuff like that, and to go to other strangers and claim to them I'm doing stuff to them in their mind and stuff, like, that's too much. Where the knowledge I'm kicking is for y'all to learn. Like, why is I'm attracting dopes? Like, that's like dopes. That's like future crackhead energy. Like, I'm from the hood. That's how I see it. That's like future crackhead energy. You just directing it in another area. Like, that's a lost soul. You're like retarded or something like that. Why are you on my stuff? But I start to realize though, we all beyond just no, I can't really say that. I can't really say that. That'd be pandering. I can't pander no more. I've been up here talking so much. It ain't another thing I could say. I can't go no deeper. I can't go no higher. I can't come up with no better terminology, no better expression, nothing. It's on humanity at this point. It's on the universe. And it don't appear that a large percentage scale know how to comprehend. So I'd be a goddamn fool to sit up here and make missions out of something that it ain't got no hope. It's a lost cause. The hell with humanity. That's a lost cause. And I'm bringing so much new stuff in this world. I got to teach people how to hate me, how to like me, how to debate me, how to argue me. It's just like I'm a floating cloud, a light that motherfuckers just don't know how to act in some type of way. So when I got to show them how they acting, it's almost like I'm controlling a person's mind, even if they're on the opposite side of me. I'm teaching them how to hate. I'm teaching them how they think in the wrong way. So in all ways, I'm father madam. Like, it don't even matter where high it go. Enemy, troll, I'm father madam. I gotta teach a troll how to troll. At least the troll go learn some knowledge and intelligence. I help them somewhere, but at the same time, it's like sometimes that's just too much. I see why God don't come back down here. I see why. That's too much. Then all they do is take my knowledge to go try to do it around other fart clouds. All the way down to the trolls. They probably hearing all my knowledge about angels and stuff like that and get ready to think they about to teach somebody else in their life who don't know about that yet. But in all reverse psychology, learning all that shit from me. I'm tired of that, for real. It's like humanity just drink. Y'all be drinking from y'all gods and y'all Bibles and stuff like that. And then y'all be trying to do that same witchcraft on angels. And it's demonic. Because it's troll. You don't got an image. And you putting fart clouds in the world. Your energy. And that ain't nobody issue but your own. But at some point, me giving up on humanity ain't got nothing to do with you. So you don't need to be sitting somewhere if you a troll. Like, yeah, mission accomplished or something like that. It got something to do with you just gonna be in your same situation. I'm still gonna be Dolo. Nothing gonna change for me. That's my thing. My thing is I'm trying to have humanity do it with me and a large percentage level that's not part of the shadow government, so we can do it together. If humanity don't want to get on that par, I'm not about to keep pandering. I do it for myself. What the hell? I do it for myself. So it's like me coming up with some intellect to help y'all understand even knowledge of the shadow government, how they have y'all rock to sleep, so you can understand the symbols, the symbolism. All of that is going in one ear and out the other. It's someone making things personal in their mind right now. It's like, that's too much. I'm a teacher. You know what I'm saying? Don't hate on me for being a teacher. Or go learn from somebody else. Go kick rocks. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. But this, just as it's new to y'all, it's new to me. I always manifest, and that's not the first time. I always got trolls that leave donations. It don't matter what race, what age. I don't get it. I don't get how it's like, it's weird. I'm really disowned from the universe in like a weird type of way. Like, it's like weird. What time is? Oh, I'll go for a couple more minutes. But yeah, it's kind of clear now. So I guess they tired of striking, and they wanted to leave a few comments and stuff, and got blocked. So they probably can't. I probably blocked them in a way that they probably can't strike either right now. I'm just bored with it. But y'all see everything I put up with. You know what I'm saying, on this mission, you say everything. All these wars and fights I gotta put up with. I'm getting hit from every type of direction there is. Masonic directions, female directions, stupid fart cloud men directions. It's like, damn. I ain't mean to scare y'all humans like that. I did not mean to scare y'all humans like that. Thank you so much for the donation, Tristan. Real shit. I did not mean to scare you humans like that. I don't know what I'm saying. Like I said, I experienced fall season in Aries on my side of the world. So yeah, you're on the you're far on the opposite at what eastern continent from us, or going towards the east from where we at. You said they be lame nowadays reading things out of their circuit, right? And who knows where they circuit be? Because the things they come up with to say be the most far lostness, la la land stuff in the world. I be having secret agents watching me and stuff. Thank you so much for the donation, Ace Root. You said spiritual meaning of war on drugs. The war on drugs is probably some society type stuff. I wouldn't add that to spirituality. But you said, why is it portrayed that crackheads understand life more, or is it they were broken down? Now, that's a hood thing. I never heard none of that like in the suburbs or I only hear that. I only hear stuff like that from where I'm at right now. So every now and then, I might make an allegory or two about you can learn from a bum at a bus station or something like that. But in all actuality, a crackhead ain't shit either. They just somebody who go to their gas form in a negative way because of that drug. So when they go to their gas form as a spirit, they come up with all kind of ideas and thoughts and feelings about what they think they're doing and stuff like that, and retardations and stuff. From what I can see. Now, if a person already lost into a religion and then they take a hit of that crack and go to that little gas cloud, they come up with all kind of fart cloud ideas about it. So if another person lost into a religion, even if they don't smoke crack, they'll probably be able to resonate with that person. They'll probably think, oh, that like some DMT type stuff. You know what I'm saying? But none of them could come down and take what they learned from being in that energy and be able to teach it to others. So I don't care what a crackhead or a DMT be talking about they seen when and they learned some new information. Why they can't never bring their information down like everybody else, like teaching people how to make light bulbs, teaching astrology or stuff. Why it always be information that leads you on the couch the next day? You know, that so your information is worthless at some point if it only leads you on somebody's goddamn couch or being broke. Last time I checked, when you receive information, you could do something with it. Now you working for God. God will make sure you straight and keep doing what you're doing. Now you in somebody's classroom being a professor. Anybody hitting something on the couch and whatever idea they came up with that they can't produce in reality, that's where it stays at. Fart la la land, fart cloud. And I don't think I want to believe anything that's coming out of their mouth either to be in that fart cloud. No. Too much fart cloudiness. We got 20 more minutes left. Fart cloudiness. Dolo, shout out to King Archon. Dolo, why are the religions stories different if they all just believe in God, they all agree? Well, your interpretation wrong. They don't all believe in that concept of God for it to be true, all true. And all religion stories ain't different. All religion stories is talking about the same thing. Which is the astrotheology. Thank you so much for the donation, Tristan dear. You said what happened to flight school. You in it right now. You must be somebody new. Or the same troll who asked the same question yesterday. You in it right now. You know what I'm saying? Did you think it was about to be something that I'd create and I'm gonna hire teachers who ain't teachers? I never seen your name before. You ain't no teacher. So you shouldn't be waiting for flight school unless you was trying to come learn. You trying to learn, you can learn on here right now. You know what I'm saying? And then whenever I get the building or whatever like that, and it's in a newspaper, you can look in the newspaper and stuff or go online and see the location of it and be able to go there. Until then, you watching me online right now. This is flight school. Okay. So I don't necessarily know what you meant by flight school. I don't know what you meant. what happened in flight school. If you've been watching me the past couple of days, you've been in flight school. You might be watching too much Walt Disney or something like that. So that's what I'm saying. I'm manifesting too many fart clouds. Like I don't know what is like. I'm starting to think it's a lot of psyops watching me or something like that. You can't be human. It's too many people watching me, mixing me with their personal life or something like that. That question don't even make sense. What happened in flight school? What are you even talking about at this point? Shit is weird. Like, I don't get it. What are you talking about? It's weird. You know I'm DoelowDaPilotman, right? You know I'm talking about a plane of existence, right? You know flight is a different term for light, right? In my way, right? Like, this is kind of weird. Humans is getting a little too weird for me. Yeah, it's the same person. You keep leaving donations if you want. At this point, it's them being entertained by me even wasting my time answering the question. That's their way of trolling. Ain't got nothing else to pull but that. Hey, let's just have him answer the questions. And by just him answering the question, look, I mean, joke's really on you. I don't know why people like to make a fool out of themselves. Every time a person challenges an angel, they just make a fool out of themselves. So your trolling means I make money? Okay. Your trolling means you get debunked? Okay. You make a fool out of yourself? Okay. Well, joke's on you? Okay. I mean, you could think you starting a battle with an angel, but always in the end, Uriel win. Like, you can't beat no angel in no way. Like, I'm not even, angel's not even lost in y'all thoughts and feelings. Like, I don't even get what y'all into to make y'all develop y'all idea, to make y'all think whatever y'all decisions is legit. No wonder y'all don't know shit. Your mind ain't spending a lot of time on trying to. Your mind spending a whole lot of time on figuring out new ways to make yourself feel better because you're lower than. Some lower being. There's some lower being, like, you know what I'm saying? That's all this is an example out of. A lower being. It's weird, like. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? Right, they troll makes themselves look bad. Yeah, like I don't even get it. I don't get what satisfaction you would get out of it either. You know what I'm saying? That's what you think. True angels don't care about money. Like I don't care what no human think at this point. At this point, it's all self-reflecting. It don't matter what you think about an angel. For you to have money to donate, you expressing you care about money. So whether you want to give it, whether you want to hold it on, I'm just responding to y'all humans. Like this fart cloud. Any thought form a human create came from a Mason indirectly. These Masons constructed all these dumb fart cloud human brains for them to even come up what they think they doing. So it's like stupid to me. It's like just stupid. I don't even care about what you think an angel is coming from a Mason's intellectual property through religion. Who cares? Like, you're not that. Just some stupid human. Like, stupid. Why am I a teacher getting donations to cuss a troll out? This is a brand new world, man. This is a fucking brand new world. Lord. Like, Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on them. God, you got to tell me something. Thank you so much for the donation, Fifth Wadi. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I respect that too. I don't understand what's going on with these trolls. Like, if this the only way I can be part of the universe, I mean, I'm fine with that too. But it's like weird. Well, It's like weird. We'll make a troll do that. Thank you so much for the donation. Kabaka 333 Soul Group. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Real shit. Man, the goddamn Soul Group. Real stuff. But it's yeah, I do not I'm lost in humanity when it comes to like trolls, all these new weird energies going on that's making gender wars and stuff. Like, this is a weird time. We in a very, very, very weird time where I think the nerds is trying to take over or something like that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. I think nerds is trying to like develop themselves into the world. So AI and introverted stuff, they feel like this is perfect for them or something like that. So I'm starting to think this might be what it is. It might be revenge of the nerds. Gotta be. It gotta be. I think I'm coming to. I think that's the live I gotta do before I hit the road. I'm saying, and talk about the northern areas and stuff like that. I think the nerds is actually trying to be somebody now, so they feel like this their way of being the bully now or something like that. I think this is what it is. I got to go in on that mentality and the insecure female energy. That's where all the feminists is coming from. So we got better males that was nerds, and we just got extremely damaged females that's trying to find a place now online. And the best place for them is a troll. I think that's what it is. It all leads to insecurities. This is nuts. This is crazy. It shouldn't be like that. Oh, how many got 15 minutes left? It should not be like that. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of weird a little bit. But hey, this the world we in. This the world we in. Somebody say, would you say twins are on the path to become being slick half of the time, but really they not slick none of the time? That you built that question based on a bias that I'm unaware of what's going on personally for me to even have an answer for that. Somebody said smack turtle right. We all talking to each other. Yeah, this been a ride. I ain't gonna front. This little decade or two, this has been a little ride. You know what I'm saying? I mean eon. This little eon of this human form. I'm not gonna say I never experienced these things before, but specifically it's certain things that is just still weird. Like, it's still weird. And I know what's going on, but it's weird the fact that it's going on. That's the weird thing about it. You know what I'm saying? So it just makes humanity look foolish. And trolls look foolish. You know what I'm saying? You can't challenge no angel anyway. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. I don't know why I try. This is weird. You must be a white person. Only white people talk like that. So that's that weird fart cloud white man tactic. So you know who that is, y'all. It's part of their little group. Because when I say white man tactic, y'all know nigger spells and stuff like that ain't even talking about race. But there's certain military tactics utilized that be used as psychology first that come from a school of thought. Now, these things is just used commonly from fart clouds that get born from watching cartoons and stuff all day. And you have to have a certain whatever the race or whatever like that in your living condition to have that mind state from that colony. And that's what I be calling white man tactic. And that's what that troll that's leaving donations is part of right there. White man tactic. So what he just said, come to bed, Papa. First of all, those are Masonic terms. So for the most part, just your way of being sarcastic can only come from a frame of thought. So no matter what you say, and if you ain't the same person or not, you come from that audience. White man tactic. That's what they was really waiting for me to explain. They really want me to sit here and say something that they could sit back and try to do some research and develop another argument, so when they feel safe enough, they can present it. Because the moment a person try to prove something based on if a person know the terminology or the language of it in a pseudo propheta concept, is they don't have nothing else to go to at some point. Their comprehension skill will always be a low hanging fruit. They'll never know what they're using to think that they're intelligent to present themselves just to become a fool. You know what I'm saying? And actually make a fool out of their goddamn self. It's a tactic. First of all, you got to do enough shadow work to realize you only invested into something based on a desire. So this is something you desire to do. So you live in out of order, where you're not coming to an agreeable terms. So anytime there's spirits that choose to live out of order, it can only lead to war. And you're not willing to do that with me either. You know what I'm saying? So mentally or physically. Now, mentally, already been trashed. Now, the actions and the white man tactics that's being utilized now is a form of mental, still form of physicality, to the point that a motherfucker will get manipulative enough to try to stop you from you doing what you doing in your life that ain't got nothing to do with them, and be a stranger. And when it get to that point, I will have no choice but to make it something physical. So you watch your fucking walk in your path when you crossing the boundaries over here, because I'm highly intelligent, and someone will be made an example out of, whether they was the individual or not. You will still get used, taken advantage of. So if you want to become a nice person, you go to whoever you in your same force field and let them know to chill out. If you don't want to play the face of the energy, that if you ain't it, you will be used as an example. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that clear too. Y'all keep y'all little fake nerdy energy to yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not bullying nothing but showing to be retarded. You know what I'm saying? Now don't cross no lines. Let's keep it science, bitch. Let's keep it knowledge, bitch. And that's the last piece of grace I'm going to give. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker, y'all don't know half of the flame I could put down this motherfucker. Mentally and physically. I'm giving y'all what I want y'all to see. I'm showing what I want to show. And that appear to be too damn much. A human can't handle it. Don't know what to do. Get all giddy. You know what I'm saying? That's why God don't come back down here. Humans don't know how to act. You don't know how to act. God damn it. Learn how to motherfucking act when you around motherfucking greatness. Bitch. I'm saying real shit. Flunk that ass goddamn spirits lost in their insecurities trying to reflangle it like it's something else. It's an insecurity. Hold your own nuts. I can't hold your nuts for you, nor do I want to. You got your own Adam's apple. You got your own man thoughts. You got your own divine masculine. Use it. Just because I got enough for myself and the world don't mean I ain't the one who making the decision where it goes. You know what I'm saying? Real up. Get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, we gotta understand the spiritual world is deep. When it comes to fart cloud gases and thought feelings and stuff like that turn into liquids, and then you got some flunked out ass thought forms that turn into motherfucking interactions and stuff like that your flunked out ass don't know how to goddamn take care of and stuff like that. So your life look chaotic. Your life end up looking chaotic and stuff like that. Rub my face. Rub my face. Real stuff. He said these trolls be acting like prison wives. Right. A whole bunch of beta males and GMO females. Tonight we got the Smack Monkey night. This is the Smack Monkey night troll. You know what I'm saying? So that's Smack Monkey troll tonight. So that might not necessarily be no female. That might be a man. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm almost sure that's a man. I'm sure of it. And if I use enough gases and liquids, I could break down specifically who it is. I just will be trying to do all that because I don't really be caring like that. I'm real stuff. I don't really be caring about that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, see, that's a guy. And it's a white man tactic. How they be talking gay and stuff. So it's trolling energy. But I appreciate the donation. It's just trolling energy though. You know what I'm saying? It's trolling. So since I said I'm sure it's a man, that was their way to say something to make me say it might be a female. But it's a white man tactic based upon the impact of the energy. So that already let you know that's a man. That's part of that the Andrew Click dude. You said I'm a transmission. You don't remember that last day. Only white people come up with ideas like that. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about the right race. I'm talking about the tactics of a person that's in their ego, and it's even worse if they actually is a white person on Earth. But that could be any race. I'm saying it's a tactic though, manipulation tactic that really is weak. You know what I'm saying? But you can't talk your way out of no one knowing who you are. Like you can't talk your way out of it. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. You just you can't talk your way out of it. Or troll your way out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a dazzle and distress, abused wife, weak spirit, right? Where something happens and they're seen in a certain way. And they automatically know there's nothing they can do to be seen in another way. So for the most part, these is the tactics that dazzle and distress woman spirit in a male body down here would do and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you show conviction and confidence, that person know that your value have to be heightened on them to even appear to be different through your eyes, how they can be seen. And when they see that as being impossible, they give up. And that give up tactic is so small on a percentage scale when we playing mental games with each other as y'all being humans, that a person don't look at it like it's giving up. They just look at it as the things that they jump to start attacking that same person. So it might be rhetoric, trolling, physically harming, other stuff that they can try to suit their entertainment or to be satisfied with, that they can feel like they won. But it'd be things that don't have anything to do with a winner and loser being the outcome. A whole bunch of mind games and stuff like that. But it's just a spirit trying to prove to that spirit they got defeated by, can I change your mind a certain way? And this spirit don't have a way I can change his mind. That's it. But I don't want to keep you in hell. You ain't got to prove nothing to me. I'm saying I don't want to keep you in hell. You just know you interacted with an angel. That's it. That'll be the proof of it right there. Read all about it. Only an angel. Just look at it like this. Only an angel could make me affected like that. My next door neighbor can't make me do this. This person at my job can't make me do this. But this person online right here, they can. Just chalk that up. Yeah, I'm Archangel Uriel. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, tell me how you ain't a stranger of mine. Okay then. You don't know me. You know what I'm saying? But you think you do. And you trying to lure me down the human demonic world and trying to tell me you know who I am and who I ain't. But you wouldn't know who I am unless I told you who I am and I got the energy for you to be aware of me. So you challenging it is on you. Hopefully God come down here and you challenge God too and spin in God's face. See where that go. What's that? Real stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because just as much as an angel can affect you, how you think I be getting affected by God? You'll be doing what you doing to me 10 times more. It might be everybody outside throwing rocks at that thing, at that person or whatever, throwing all kind of stuff, talking about you ain't this, you ain't that. So whatever you doing to me is just God looking at it like, see, child, from my eyes. That's the first thing God came down here. I'm just doing it in a small percentage level. I'm a piece. I'm just an angel. God's representation. So of course I got a little bit of that energy. But if God was to actually come into flesh, whatever y'all seeing happening to me, wait till y'all see what happened to God. And it's just that simple. And any human that's in a position, whether they religious or not, that's the way they explain their stuff. So even if they cast stones at me, they're in the reprobate mind state of doing that to their God too. If their God was to come down here, they'd be looking at that person like, so you God, so you this. Well, this Bible with this other man said, you know what I'm saying? It'd be the same thing. This is all what y'all express. It'd be the same thing. So angels is just a representation of that. The God's children, the vessel, the messengers for God. When we come down here and put that to the test, y'all prove God right every time because y'all do it to God's children. No matter how much y'all read the Bible and tell y'all do that, you still do it. You just still do it. Then we have to be in your face and still do it. That's it. Y'all finished. Humanity is finished. It's finished. It's finished. Humanity is finished. That's it. Go learn from another man, Dan, about how your neuron clash with another neuron, Dan. Go ahead. Go become a neuron in all realities. I hope y'all satisfied with that. Go be a neuron. Go ahead. I don't even know how a lot of y'all became human. It's ridiculous. You should have remained the fart cloud. Why didn't your parents practice semen retention? You know what I'm saying? Stuff. I'm saying, why didn't your parents practice all the spiritual holiness and stuff like that for themselves so they could stop having children? Not for the rest of the world. Hopefully they wasn't no teachers. Why they ain't start practicing semen retention and stuff like that? You wouldn't nobody have to get no abortion or you'd be here. You wouldn't even be thought of. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. Why couldn't they start thinking about that? Why wasn't Aleister Crowley and them was like lit back then with your parents and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? We had a better peaceful world. You know what I'm saying? Uriel going live without you a part of it. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate the donation from the bottom of my heart. Real stuff. Real stuff, man. Like, it's weird. 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 Know what I'm saying? But I accept humanity. I ain't mad at y'all. I got to be careful saying I love all y'all, though. Oh, I said I got to be careful from now on after my live streams. My live streams be having too much other fart cloud negative energies attached to it and vampires and shit. So if I don't speak the gas of fluid of those spaces and say, yeah, I don't love everybody, it'll be a fart cloud of unfinished business that trolls can use that don't know that they're using that energy. And then I get blood on my hands in areas knowing goddamn well I don't love everybody. I'm saying, I'm just saying it for other purposes where that energy come from. No, leave it where that space at. Don't put that energy in other areas where it could be foggy and vague. No, leave it where it's at. And where it's at is, you know, goddamn well don't be giving your love to every motherfucking body. Shit. Real shit. So I got to start saying that now. I can't even say I love all y'all because that'd be a fart cloud of unintent energy with non-intent behind it. And if you know you're the wizard or witch and you know intent is the most important, you better take care of all those responsibilities. So I got to do some banishing spells and stuff like that because those are gates open. You know what I'm saying? Because when you just say, I might be saying, all right, love all y'all, but in my mind, is this a good outing or a good greeting? But based upon all these other fart clouds and trolls and stuff, right? It's free energy. So I might not be thinking about it, but it's still a cloud with energy from an area that it should have stayed in that area. I put energy that should have stayed in one area in another area and allowed it to linger and stuff like that. And you ain't supposed to do that. I got to do some binding spells. Because even in my heart, if I don't mean that I know I don't love one of them trolls, me not saying that though, I didn't bring that ritual in existence. So it become a faith, but not a belief. It become a faith, not a works. You know what I'm saying? It become a ritual and spell, not a witchcraft that I do with my body. So that's blood on my hands. That ghost will chase me. That ghost will chase me. And then I be manifesting people that ain't even got nothing to do with this troll in my real life. Talking about stupid stuff and I'm doing stuff to them and stuff like, nah, I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'd say I gotta make sure I be careful on that. Be careful. You know what I'm saying? These trolls be on it. On it. And making jokes out of stuff. Ain't nothing no joke. What's funny? I mean, if we could get lost into the human world. Oh, I never seen somebody smoke and talk and teach. Ha 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 ha. Or I never seen somebody claim they're an angel or something. This, that, and third. Ha 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 ha. Whatever the case may be, like it's all retarded to me though. I don't spend my time on no other man nuts, especially if I don't like them. I'm saying I got too much time on my own nuts and Adam's apple to express in the world as creative gifts and talents and stuff like that. Now, I wouldn't have 4,000 videos. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think I want to slow my process up now, paying attention to some Adam's apple before I could become Nate Troll. Like I don't see that for my future. I don't see that for my future. I do not see that for my future. You know what I'm saying? I do not see that for my future. But so somebody said on my album dropping shit on holiday Christmas Eve. I'm sad. Neverland Times to the Giant Peach. I'm sad, real shit. Somewhere in the middle of spring when it's getting ready to become Halloween. I'm saying real shit, real shit. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around the New Year's when it's about to be Easter. I'm saying. I'm saying. You know, in the summertime, you know it's time for Thanksgiving. Might be around that time. Oh, it's that real stuff. Real stuff. Real stuff. You don't wonder God don't want to come back, right? God ain't coming back. You know what I'm saying God gonna remain nothing. Just nothing. Cause ain't nothing but fart clouds here. Ain't nothing to come back in. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna remain a figment of y'all imagination. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's it. Yeah, but yeah, I love some of y'all from the bottom of my heart. Hopefully it's the most of the percentage level. The rest of you smack monkeys and stuff like that, I don't know what to say. You're living proof of humanity being finished. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you think you're doing in your personal life, other things going to happen that ain't got nothing to do with me, nothing to do with respectable people in the chat, and nothing to do with y'all science and theologies and stuff. And let the Lord down and Lucifer next to Abaddon be with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Real stuff. And then I'm going for that, Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy. I'm about to hit the roll. I need a break.